Welcome. I'm your host, Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypno Acuity, presenting 7 ways why education unknowingly teaches negativity. Because when we're in school and class and stuff, they always told us what we did wrong. And history was always taught from the past. It never taught us how it expanded the present moment of our lives. And something else, the teachers always talked about what we did wrong, and we were taught from the outside world what we did wrong or how we were holding ourselves back. But education teaches negativity and pessimism at the same time, because we're always talking about something's wrong, something's going wrong, something's always awry with the school system, and it never lets us out of the past, because everything we learn in school, arithmetic, English, all that, it's from the past, and it's always what somebody else wants us to know. And also, it never allows us to understand or liberate the now. And that's what this Cowboy Wisdom Hypno Acuity is about, liberating the now. If you liberate the now, you dissolve the past, because the past memories are right here. And, we go through this forgiveness program, but if you open up to appreciate you and your courage and your audacity, you liberate you and you let go of the other person. You communicate them away. And, in classes, we were always told what we did wrong. They very ever seldom told us what we did that rose us to a passing grade, because they always were stuck in the one-size-fits-all stall. And the school system is a one-size-fits-all, and it stalls people out in whatever. Because if you take people like me, I was a little bit mischievous, I'll admit that, but I also was never the sharpest in the academics, but I was good at innovation and other things. So I awakened to understand, to esteem socialized education encompasses a pessimistic palaver with a gloom and doom despair, with a morose dose of delusional, oppressive, shackling, egotistical illiteracy. Because indoctrinated education and business education are all rooted in a third world mindset and ancestor anchored survival mode selfishness, because we was taught there was never enough, stressing out, trying to please other people, thinking I had to change my outside world rather than liberate me from me and my internal universe. As I now understand, I live my life here. You say entrepreneur, you feel it come up this way. So when I want to expand and energize my life, I find ways to bring it this way. Because something I discovered just a little while ago, when you say thinking in the head, you're in the desert wastelands of yourself, because all that is memories. And to energize and entertain the brain, it comes from here. That's something I really opened up to. So, and something else in the school years. Some people like me that had challenges with school, the teachers ridiculed and criticized us in front of other kids. I probably deserved it, but when you're young and then the kids ridicule you, that leaves a scar. And so to really expand your life, you got to go into the school years and what teachers said to you. You don't have to go into the drama, but you got to understand that's encompassed with you. And once you start admitting it, and then you can just kind of communicate it away. You don't have to go into the drama and all the revenge and all the other stuff. It's really just admitting it to get rid of it from within yourself. And teachers played favorites, just like in business and in jobs. Usually it's the best ass kissers they usually adhere to, because they ain't going to tell them what's wrong. You get people that stand up and tell somebody what's wrong with their job or what's going wrong, they think you're a troublemaker. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Rebel rousers and troublemakers started the United States it's the followers and the sheeple now that has turned it down, spiraled it downwards. And see, something else I opened up to, we got to go, education and business. Education and business will never rise the world to peace and prosperity. Because the enslaving mindsets of college education in the business world will keep us stuck in yesterday. It's people understanding people are the assets. And there is every business that's successful, people energize the success because it's people's financial worth and financial expenditures in the business. See, we got this all wrong. A good business plan, and this will rise you to the top. If people never show up in your stores or buy your stuff, you're broke. And see, we got taught, and I'm guilty, we got taught to be a consumer society. And that's how they're doing this. And I'm guilty. And I really like admitting my guilt to the world because that's a confession to liberate me from me. See, everybody tries to hide things within them, like their guilt and their blame, the shame and things they did, thinking, oh, whatever you're trying to hide within you, everybody in the world has done it. Some people have gotten by with it. Some people hide it better. But whatever you're trying to hide and that chides you inside, address it, bless it, confess it, and express it to the world to expand people out of their yesterdays. See, when we understand this, we're really trying to liberate ourselves from ourselves and communicate away yesterday because everything you think and know is from yesterday. So when you open up to present moment intuition, imagination, innovation, you open up to the gifts of now. And you are more talented than you'll ever be. But, something I really want to get back to, teachers and education, the school system have an unrealized effect on people. Especially, there's people that the one-size-fits-all school system was never for. But however, they had a unique talent that was beyond the school teacher's understanding. See, we limit ourselves by trying to fit into society. Society's a box of burping BS, stressing us out and doubt. We're never good enough. And how'd your parents do that? My parents did. Oh, you're never good enough. You're never going to amount to nothing. Well, poopy-doo on that. I'm going to do whatever I got to do to rise to the mountaintop. Financial freedom, leisure, fun, relaxation, inspiration, all that stuff the world says it never occurs in my inner landscape. See, that's what I really want people to open up to understand. When you say entrepreneur, it comes from here. Business, you feel a blob of BS going on in your head. Something I really like is when some business, business, business. And then when you listen to them talk, they sound like a robot just burping the same stuff as everybody else. When you want to unleash that inspiritedpreneur, enterprising that entrepreneur, for sure you're going to rise out of the socialized, demising ways of society. That's something I really opened up to, is we have been taught to fit into a system of socialized despair and is thinking life is never fair. Reason we think life is never fair because we never showed ourselves our debonair flair to feel the lively, adventurous, and intuitive, revolutionary revelations to flow through us. When you let the revelations flow from here up, you just glow with genuine gratitude, lionizing optimistic wisdom to listen to the clarity of your own dreamer's dexterity. See how them little floating rhymes like that just kind of allow you to relax and go away? And something else, all my insecurity, I allowed the outside world to control me with I installed my own insecurity. And when you admit it, you get rid of it. And then you awaken, and then you go on an adventure to communicate it away, and then you go play on your seashores of stunning bliss. Then you can smell the air, the sea breezes of liberation, witnessing the mountain tops of magical money that are yours because you chose to let go and never fit into the socialized ways. And something I really have understood, and I've understood this for quite a while, personal growth, self-help, self-improvement, and all the psychology books, all they are is an extension of business education or education. If you really want to open up to something, say the word goal out loud. What'd you feel? Then say accomplished outcome, and what'd you feel? Feel whatever you felt. But one thing I can open up to understand with an accomplished outcome, I can image it, put my favorite fragrance of stunning success in it. Like the sense of smell is the strongest smell and the strongest sense we have because it goes straight to the brain. So the smell of a sea breeze entertains your brain to color your subconscious scenery with your lavish, endless abundances. And something else I opened up to, liberation rises you out of the mind. And that's one thing I opened up to. Sovereignty is never being controlled by outside sources. And liberation is liberate me from me, but it rises you out of the mind and opens up to unwind your liminal carpet glide to genuinely live internal dreamers ecstasy every day. See, whatever's going on in the outside world, let it go. It can do whatever it wants. It's whatever you energize, enterprise, draw, design, sketch on your featureless canvas here, you experience it in your life. The more I rise out of the education system, the self-help, personal growth, and I'll admit they're good, but they limit you because they're always what somebody else wants you to know. And I did throw away all the self-help, personal growth, self-improvement programs because program is what's got us to where we're at. When you unscramble the programs and unleash your enterprising wizardry, you free yourself from yourself. And that's what this is all about, is liberating you from yourself. And when you understand liberate, calm is above the mind, and your mind can never latch on to yesterday's memories when you express liberation. So that is why I rose out of the education, because the education always wants you to think, know, and remember. But they want you to think, know, and remember what somebody else wants you to know. And knowledge comes from everybody except you, because anything in a book is somebody else's knowledge. Wisdom comes from the experiences. That is something I really have opened up to. When you want to experience and live your dream, adhere to the experiences that are going to liberate you from your thinking, knowing mind to your listening for your free-flowing inspirations that image your desired outcome. And that is something I've expanded into. I listen for the inspiration, image the outcome, open up to listen for the wisdom, insight, and clarity to understand I encompass the talents to ballet me to my promised land, sitting in my lazy boy of bountiful bliss, enjoying the breezes of relaxation. And see, something I've understood now is relaxation, inspiration, and fun are apprehensive to most people because we've been taught to be busy, productive, and workaholics. Then all we end up is a grumpy. So when you relax and allow the world to show you the way, because the world is a safari. However, we'll never understand and know our way through a safari because the present moment is just uncertainty, curiosity, and enterprising endeavors, opening us up to play on our mountaintops of magic. Something I've really opened up to for myself is I love talking about the Mother Nature. and feeling the earth's grounding energy. As I walk through my day, my feet are always grounded in Mother Earth. Energizing, adventurous, rebellious, trend-setting hellraiser, tenacity to enjoy my liminal carpet glide onto my paths of enlightenment, floating me on to my trails of triumph, just letting me float down to my beaches of bountiful bliss. That's something I've really opened up to. Use words that are easy, like flow, stream, outpour, gush, float, glide. Make it easy. Because we've been taught to, oh, life is hard. Well, I hate that. The only one that can make your life hard is yo. And me, we've been taught, oh, that's hard, that's hard. That's all they say. That's all I hear self-help people say. That's hard. That's bullshit. All it is experience it and say, that's easy. Life is easy when I listen. Life's hard when I think. Because I'm in the stink of the rinky-dink, being held back by my own fears, animosity, all the icky stuff I don't want. And something else, every word I've ever heard from in the school system in my daily life, I pretty much let them float out of my life. And I discovered and I expressed my own liberating lingo. And something everybody says we're a human on a spiritual. I'm a sovereign energy on a spiritual voyage. I have to be nothing somebody said in the book. When you're hooked into books of what other else says, you're a sheeple with followerocracy tendencies, stepping into herdocracy's turdocracy. When you allow yourself the freedom to listen and question and be genuine kind to yourself, I've learned this. Kind is it's titanium. It's titanium tenacity. Because kind is uncontrolled and undone by the outside sources. Genuine kind, listen and question to understand my path forward. Never gets me caught up in that overthinking, rinky-dink, stinking mind that binds me into whatever I did yesterday. So I unwind that mind to boldly intuit now, dawns, and spawns my spirit, poise, shutting out outside noise to enjoy today. This is all about you liberating yourself from the outside world. And something else I really did is let go of the humanoid annoyances of what is people say that's wrong from the media, the podcast, music, education, and the pessimistic spoken word on the negativity of history and the here and now events, because that's all secondhand information. The media is not there to show us what is going on. The media is there to control us. Always remember that. And history wasn't taught to teach us. History was taught to control us. Everything we've learned in the school system is taught to control us. And, one thing I call most of the world now and all the social media is just gossip and pessimistic palaver that's from all sources. And see, what I'd like to watch is these people sitting on these this and this. And they're just saying what they would do. But what I really understand, they're the best there is behind that microphone. But what would happen when them people have to get out of that microphone and put their ideas into the world and see how it comes out? It's easy to tell people what to do, but you got to have a talent to show them what to do. And that's what Cowboy Wisdom Hypno Acuity does. I show people what to do. And some other indoctrinated gossip is education, business, enslaving mindset, hierarchy, harassing ignorance towards the hourly entrepreneurs of the world. Because people look down on the hourly workers of the world and the middle class, but we're the ones that make the world go. And we've always been, the middle class has always carried the world. Business has lived off the middle class when you really want to open up to the truth. Because if all the business people and all the business coaches and Self-help people go home for 30 days, would the world still function? Yeah, but if all the hourly workers go home for 30 days, the refinery workers, the powerhouse, the electricians, the plumbers, the nurses, truck drivers, all of them go home for 30 days, this world shut down. And one thing about it, you can you can educate people to go up, but then people have never been out in the physical world to do like electrical work. That's fun to watch because they're clueless. Education is in a box and it's good. Hourly workers, people that work with their hands and many other things, they have wisdom to overcome and enjoy a designated outcome. And something else that I really want people to understand, you encompass the unique talents to rise and shine to whatever you desire to experience. But it's really about letting go of being stuck in everything you think and know and open up to listening to that free flowing energy. And it comes from here. And man, what I opened up and I got the first time about 2 months ago, but now I listen for this and this here gets to stay quiet. And then I'm never stuck in the overthinking of myself. And see, all overthinking is your pessimistic self telling you what you should have done instead of listening for the path forward. And I want to thank you. I am Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypno Acuity and Pure Liberation Television. And my website's mycowboywisdom.com. My email is robert at mycowboywisdom.com. And may your day in life be as blessed as you are a blessing to me and the world.